Hello everybody, welcome to lesson 15 of My Personal Wellness. What we're going to be doing today is working on our FITT chart. First, let's make sure that we launch all the proper tabs. I've launched my Google site and I've got that up open to my fitness plan. And if you scroll down, we're going to be working on this spreadsheet that is actually in the bottom of your fitness chart page. I'm also going to open up my Grade 9 Health folder in my Google Drive, and I'm going to launch the FITT chart, which is going to be right here. And we're going to be working on this. But the first thing we need to do is log into our portal and get our test scores for the physical education test that you took in your PE class. So in order to do that, let's take a look on how we're going to get there. So to get these scores, what you're going to do is you're going to log into PowerSchool, which we should all know how to do, and you're going to click on right down here where it's got your PE grades for grades 9 and 10 and your quarter 1 grades. And inside your quarter 1 grades, you're going to find the grades in attendance, but we want to click on something called the Standards Grades tab. And right here is where the information should be for your sit reach, your partial curl up, your push-ups, and your pacer test. If you don't have that, please raise your hand and let your teacher know. If you do see these scores, let's pause the video here and write down these scores for the sit reach, partial curl up, the push-ups, and the pacers. So write those down right now because we're going to be using those in the spreadsheet. Okay, so welcome back. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting this information into this specific chart. And what I do want to make sure that you know is that there's girl standards and there's boy standards. So make sure that when we're putting our data in, that you're actually putting the data in for your specific, your age. And certainly if you're a boy, click on a boy, and if you're a girl, click on a girl. You may be laughing right now thinking that you hopefully would make that mistake, but I've sadly seen some folks make that mistake. So make sure you're clicking on the right tab. So I'm a boy, I'm going to click on the boy standard. I'm going to be filling out this information for age 13. So what I want you to do is highlight the particular age, your age, and we're going to do a fill just so we make sure that we're copying the right information into our data table, which we're going to be working on in a minute. So I've highlighted this, and I'm going to type in my performance results for the pacer test, the sit and reach, the right angle push-ups, and the curl-ups. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create this data table. So in the bottom left-hand corner, you're going to click on the plus button, which is going to let us do an add sheet. It's bring you to a blank sheet. And what you're going to do is you're going to be creating your own data table. I'm going to copy and paste just to kind of take some time here, but you're actually going to be typing into these cells and creating this data table. So in cell A1, we're going to leave blank. In cell A2, you type in the pacer test, followed by sit reach, right angle curl push-ups, and then curl-ups. In column B, the health fitness zone. Column C, my performance. Column D, high fitness zone. Then you're going to go back and you're going to look at what is the health fitness zone for your particular age, making sure that you click on the right standards. So if we click on this, I'm going to be looking at the health fitness zone, which is 54, and I'm going to transfer that over to my my specific age. So I would be typing that in over here. I'll be typing my performance from what I got from my PE test scores from the portal. And then the high fitness zone, I'll be transferring that from this column, which is the high fitness zone over here. You can see it for right angle push-ups. There's the range, which is 11 to 25, and the curl-ups is going to be 21 to 40. So once you have that information, you're going to be typing it in over here. But before we start making the chart, we want to rename this sheet in our workbook, and we want to call this My Data. So we're going to scroll forward to rename. You're just going to type in My Data. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to insert a bar graph. So to do that, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to highlight our range of the information that we want to have, making sure that from cell A1 all the way down to D5 is highlighted. We're then going to click on Insert, scroll down to where it says Chart. And now we have a bunch of different things that we can do on this chart. We've already selected our range, which is great. We're going to take a look at the column. Okay. So we've got our pacer tests, our sit reach, our right angle push-ups, and our curl-ups. A couple of quick things that we can do. We can also customize this so we can change the chart title. So we're going to highlight the chart title, and we're going to type in 2018 chart. And we're going to scroll down a little bit. You notice we can start changing the legend and the axes labels. So on the horizontal axis right now, we want to put a title and we want to call it text. Insert. And then there you go. We're not going to put anything on the vertical axis because basically it's just units. But we have the test. This is a type of test. And over here we have the different colors. What we want to do is we want to click and move this to its own sheet because this is kind of small and it's covering up our data table right here. You kind of put your cursor over the top right hand corner, you click on that little arrow, and you scroll down to say where it says move to own sheet, click on that, and then there you go. You've got a nice big picture of how you compare against the Connecticut State Standards for your age group. So and the colors are over here with my performance in red, high fitness zone, and the health fitness zone. If you want to change the colors on this particular chart, if you can go to Advanced Edit, and then you could scroll down and you could start changing the actual series colors. So the health fitness zone, which is in blue right now, we could change the color to that over here. And you can see that's green. And we can change that. My performance, we can change that to a different color. And again, you can pick any color. It really doesn't make a difference what color you're going to do. Put blue for that. And the last one is the high fitness zone. I'm going to change that one to red. And now you've got a visual representation of which color does what. And again, the color doesn't really make a difference. You just want to have some sort of visual representation that makes sense in your chart. Click on Update. So I've updated my chart name. I've updated my test. And now what we want to do is we want to rename the tab at the bottom here. Click right there. Click Rename. And we want to rename it to My Chart. Okay. The last thing we want to do is we want to show you that you can actually move this all the way over to the left. So I've highlighted this. I'm just dragging and dropping it all the way to the extreme left. I'm going to show you why we're doing that in a second. So we've got our girls' standard, boys' standard data. We've got our data table that we just created using our performance scores from the portal. And then we create a bar chart with our key off to the right, our different colors. We've changed the x-axis to a title of test. We changed the title of the chart to 2018 chart. Now, since it's already in our website, it's automatically updated. First thing what we need to do is hit refresh. I'm going to update the page. I'm going to scroll down, and we should see the chart already embedded into it. And if you click on the My Chart here, you'll see that the chart that we just built is now into our website. So that completes this entire lesson. So you have on top, you've got the fitness plan design, which you've been worked on in previous lessons. And underneath it, you've got the FITT chart. So congratulations, you completed this lesson. But before we do anything else, we want to make sure that you go back in and on your checklist page, make sure that you update the checklist to reflect that you have completed everything up to and including lesson number 15. Okay, so you would open that up and complete that it's done all the way through lesson 15. Okay, so that completes what you need to do for this lesson. Congratulations, you created your first fitness chart, My Personal Wellness. If you have any questions, please raise your hand and ask your teacher. Thanks for listening.